What it do, y'all? Hey, I'm right back in the office, man. I know y'all probably like, Truth, man, this Karen Reed, man, you getting overboard. Hey, man, this Karen Reed story, this trial, is next level, dog. If these police would do this to a white woman, if they would do this to a white woman, we don't stand a chance. Black people, we don't stand a chance. I know they've been framing niggas there. It ain't no way around it, man. It's this officer. He probably investigator. They all just scrambled up in this damn little I think it's Canton, Massachusetts. It's an officer, man, that talked so bad about this woman that they fired him because he'd been, man, he messed the case up, man. Real talk. So now they got one of his partners on the stand, and they trying to wire him up with it. And he won't answer the questions right. But peep game. When they find her not guilty, and I said when they find her not guilty, there's no way that she's guilty, dog. I know they see that. But when they find her not guilty, everybody in this situation going to the federal penitentiary. Everybody going to the federal penitentiary. That whole household, they constructed this shit so tight around each other. But hey, dog shit fast, don't shit long, man. But I'm gonna let y'all hear a little bit of this shit, man. This is mind blowing, real talk.
I want to talk to you for a second about roles in this case, in this investigation. Would you agree with me that Michael Proctor was the lead investigator as well as the case agent in charge of this case?
He was assigned as the case officer for the case.
In that position, given the fact that it was his assignment, would you agree with me that he had a leadership role insofar as the investigation of the case was concerned?
I wouldn't call it a leadership role. It's more of a facilitator, liaison between the DA's personnel within the office and the state police. He also helps facilitate any missions, outstanding tasks that need to be completed.
He obviously had a supervisor, correct?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
He obviously had a supervisor, correct?
He did, yes, that would be myself.
That would be you.
Yes.
Every case has some lead trooper in your unit, correct? Every case is assigned to someone to sort of be in charge and lead the charge of the investigation. Is that right?
Every case has a case officer that manages the investigation.
Right. And managing the investigation doesn't mean just, typing up schedules. It means actually managing the investigation, like deciding what search warrants are going to be written in certain circumstances. That's one example, correct?
They're responsible for writing and authoring those search warrants. Sometimes the recommendation, suggestion, or leadership comes from the supervisors or the DA staff, where their experience might dictate otherwise.
And sometimes it comes from the lead case agent himself or herself, correct?
At times, yes.
Every team, even back when you were in the military, you were on many teams in the Marine Corps, correct?
I'm sorry, you were speaking, facing away from me. I couldn't hear you.
Every team, including back in the time you were in the military, back in the time you were in the Marine Corps, every team has multiple individuals involved in that team, correct? That's the whole point of a team, multiple people, correct?
Sing scenes.
Did you contact CSSS to process the house or the yard or the area adjacent to the yard?
Which house, sir?
34 Fairview, Sergeant Buchanan. Do you think I was talking about a different house?
Yes, I did.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
You see how dumb they playing? Nigga, you know what house he talking about, nigga. The house, your police buddy, where they found the body on his lawn, dog. Where he got bit by a dog, nigga, and they got rid of their dog, and they got rid of their house. Him. You know what house, dude. Playing fucking dumb.
Let's stick with 34 Fairview, where John O'Keefe's body was found. Did you call CSSS out to the scene to process that house?
No.
I did not contact crime scene services on January 29th to the area of 34 Fairview Road to the lawn where John O'Keefe's body was found.
You mentioned that you conducted interviews that day, correct?
That's correct.
Where were those interviews conducted?
The first interview was conducted at Canton Police Department. The second, third, and fourth were conducted at a residence in Canton. The fifth,
I'm sorry, what was the first interview at Canton Police Department that morning?
Sergeant Good.
So other than Sergeant Good, I'm talking about civilian witnesses. You mentioned 3 civilian witnesses. Where were those 3 witnesses interviewed?
At a residence in Canton.
But not at 34 Fairview, just to be clear.
They were not at 34 Fairview, no.
They had been at 34 Fairview, though, hadn't they? All 3 of them.
Yes, they had.
As a matter of fact, Michael Proctor spoke to at least one of them while she was at 34 Fairview, correct?
I don't know.
Weren't you with Michael Proctor when he spoke to Jennifer McCabe?
Which time, sir?
The first time he called her to set up the interview that morning on January 29th.
I don't know where Jennifer McCabe was. I can't testify to that. I have no idea.
So if that call was made, if she talked about that call being made, that was made by Michael Proctor, not by outside of your presence.
Can you repeat that?
Sure. If there was a call made to Jennifer McCabe by Michael Proctor that morning, that was outside your presence.
Not necessarily. I just did not know where she was.
So the only 3 people you interviewed were Jennifer McCabe, Matt McCabe, and Brian Albert, correct?
Not correct.
Who else?
The defendant.
Other than Miss Reed, and before you got to Miss Reed, because you didn't get to Miss Reed till 3:34, correct? In the afternoon.
In the afternoon. I don't know exactly what time we began the conversation.
Right. I'm talking about in the morning when you were trying to figure out what was going on. You interviewed 3 people.
Yes, we did.
3 civilians.
At one point, we interviewed 3 civilians, the homeowner at 34 Fairview Road, and 2 witnesses that were with Mr. O'Keefe and the defendant the night prior, and then one of the witnesses that was with the defendant when Mr. O'Keefe was discovered.
And these are individuals that you made the assessment had either been with or shortly been with at the time or shortly before he was last seen alive, correct?
Based on the information that we had at that time, one of the individuals was with him right before he was seen alive, and the other 2.
Right before he was last seen alive.
One of the individuals was with him right before he was last seen alive, and 2 of the individuals saw the defendant and Mr. O'Keefe together.
And those same 2 individuals were also with Mr. O'Keefe just minutes before he was last seen alive. The waterfall, correct?
All 3 of the individuals were with Mr. O'Keefe and the defendant at Waterfall, yes.
And all 3 of the individuals were also at 34 Fairview when Mr. O'Keefe arrived. You had that information, didn't you?
We did not have information of Mr. O'Keefe arriving at the house. He was dropped off on the lawn.
And all 3 people, all 3, were either named McCabe or Albert. Those are the 3 people that you had information from.
Nigga, you going to the cool-off tank, man. You going to the cool off. Everybody around y'all going to the cool off tank, nigga. So go on and tell your woman, make her best macaroni. You know y'all like macaroni. Make him the best macaroni you can make, baby. Cause he ain't gonna get no more of that. They on their way to federal prison, man. Trust me, man. If they don't find them guilty, well, they didn't just find the black dudes guilty for beating the shit out of Tyrese Nichols, so it ain't surprising, and it won't be surprising in this case, man. But if they find her not guilty, you think they just gonna let a police be dead and nobody go to? Yeah, okay. All y'all going to federal penitentiary, man. Cause all y'all conspired this, man. And I know the Fed sitting back doing a Birdman hand rub. Like, ooh, just tell us when to go. Just tell us when to go. We got enough information. Nigga, y'all going to prison, nigga. Not prison, nigga.
Which information? We had information for a lot of different sources at that point in time.
I'm talking about the first three interviews that you did, the first three civilian interviews you did that morning. Still on the same thing. You mentioned talking to three people at a residence in Canton. Brian Albert, Jim McCabe, Matt McCabe. Mm-hmm. All three were at 34 Fairview when they indicated John O'Keefe arrived in an SUV. They all told you that, right?
They were inside the home when the defendant and Mr. O'Keefe arrived in the SUV.
These are the very people that would have a motive to lie if they were somehow involved, right?
Yeah. Can you answer that, Sergeant?
No, Your Honor. That could be possible, yes.
So literally the documentation of these three searches about which you've testified today, the documentation did not exist until, what is that math, 17, 18 months later?
That is not true. Each bag that the evidence went into was documented, the time, location, who recovered it, where it was recovered, and brief description of the items that were recovered from the scene.
And by the way, we're going to get to that in a second, the evidence bags. A report is designed to memorialize exactly what happens, when it happens, why it happened, who was there, what time it happened, things of that nature, correct?
That is one of the purposes, or some of the purposes behind the report, absolutely, yes.
And the report in this case that documented these three searches involving you, Trooper Proctor, I think Trooper DeChico, even Canton PD officers, there was no memorialization in a report until nearly 18 months later. Is that right?
It's possible, yeah. We write reports at different times. Yeah.
Hey, man. Hey, man. That's the face of a nigga that know he on his way to prison, boy. You on your way to prison, nigga. Y'all played a dirty game, man. The shit is so foul. Like, y'all, after y'all confiscated her car, y'all broke her tail light and put it back on the crime scene. What? With proof that y'all did this. The police officer who line he was on never came out the house with all the sirens, police, and people screaming, crying, carrying, crying. This nigga never came out the house, him or his family. And his bedroom window right at him. Bro, all y'all going to prison, boy. Kids and all, man. This is about to be the craziest. Hey, I'm glad I'm tuned in to this, man. It ain't about no views and nothing with me, man. I just like doing this shit. Y'all going to prison, nigga. And I'm gonna sit back and eat some Chick-fil-A and watch this shit. You hear me? Cause y'all on y'all way. Look, look at his face. Here, man, hit this, man. Cause nigga, you on your way to prison, nigga. No reports about none of this shit. 18 months later, 17. Nigga, the feds got the reports though. They've been taking reports. Believe me. But it is what it is, man. I'm gonna keep y'all in tune with this, man. I'm tied in. I'm telling y'all that now. It ain't about no views on that, man. You like good content, then you gonna tune in, man. Hey, y'all know what it is with me, man. Subscribe to the channel, leave your comments, all that, man. It's 1942. I'm out.